Everybody waiting. I was over there with some kids, you know, having a little fun. So I apologize, but are we opening this up for questions?
Yes, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you think the Cowboys can succeed on offense with a decentralized receiving corps where the production is spread out among a lot of players? Or is it important that they have one single guy that dominates all the targets and catches and receptions, target touchdowns?
Well, I think when you talk about style of play for an offense, you have to start with the style of play of the quarterback. And what Dallas has done in the hopes that it will work is they've said we're going to allow Dak to play his game. Dak plays the game like Tom Brady to me. I think he plays best inside out as opposed to playing outside in. He reads the inside, makes those dump throws, easy throws. So they're playing to the strength of their quarterback, and they're going to go with that. They're going to have a solid running game and play to the strength of the quarterback.
Michael, I got your opportunity sports. Now, to that point, obviously you were a big component of the Cowboys retaining Dez Bryant.
Yes.
But in the wake of his release, because Tony Romo mentioned that he believed that inevitably someone on the Cowboys roster will emerge as that number one target. If you had to put a name to who do you think that person could be?
Well, that's a good question, and I'm waiting to see. You know, you bring in a guy like, you know, Allen Hurns has done some pretty good things, but we've all been waiting to see Terrence Williams step out and take on that role. And a lot of times with a guy, when you have such an alpha male like Dez Bryant, everybody else's talents don't rush to the forefront. Now, without Dez being there, you know, it's a lot of opportunities. Somebody should be raising their hands, even though everybody's talking about we're going to win with committee. Everybody always talk about that, but you hope within the committee, everyone's trying to say, I'm going to be number one. That's how the committee works well together. I have to play a wait-and-see game to see who becomes that number one receiver. I think we'll also go back to getting Cole Beasley involved a lot. You know, because a couple of years ago when they had the best year, Beasley really led the team in receiving because it goes back to the theory that Dak plays inside out, and I think we'll see a lot of him coming back to the forefront.
Michael back. Justin Brewer from Helping Heroes, docu-series about helping veterans. Andy Albert, who's one of the people putting on this convention, has done a lot to help veterans. Do you have any family members or friends who have served in the military, and what influence has they had on you?
Yes, I do, and let me say this, to all of it, I get a chance, and I know we've had a lot in the NFL go on about taking a knee and is it disrespectful to the flag and disrespectful to veterans and everything, and you know, I get an opportunity to do Thursday night football, and I've sat on those sidelines, man, and I watch wounded warriors come out to hold that flag, and I see the pride in which they walk with, and it's an incredible thing. And if you ever sit there and watch all of those guys walk out with limbs missing, their families, they're so here, kids, and the kids are proud because this is what their dad stood for, it will rattle you to the bones. And honestly, guys, I say this all the time. As a country, we talk about it, but we give it more lip service than we give it heart service and real service. We don't do nearly enough for the sacrifices those guys have made. And shame on us. Shame on all of us. And we thank them for everything.
Michael, you James Courtney, Die Hard Media. Michael, what would you tell Michael Gallup if you could tell him what he's trying to come in the league and be the next great Michael Irvin? What can you tell him advice-wise to continue that path?
The advice I gave him the other day, and as a matter of fact, I got a call him later on today. Well, the first thing I told him when I did get a chance to talk to him out at practice was, one thing I learned a long time ago is you got to study this right now. He wants to step on the field and be great. And I said, man, if you're leaving this huddle and you're thinking about what route to run, instead of leaving the huddle thinking about how I am going to run a route, you've already lost. So you got to put it in your spirit now. So as soon as you hear the play, your mind goes to, okay, I see cover 2, they maybe kick the cover 3, and they roll. You got to leave thinking about how to run a route, not that what route do do I run? What was that play? So he has to learn, he has to study, and it will come. Once he gets playing out of his head and starts playing in his body, it will come. And the tough thing is, I told him this the other day, is like, be careful in training camp because a lot will be going on. And I've seen a lot of young guys come in training camp with a lot going on, lose a lot of confidence. Understand you're going to have some rough times. If you understand you're going to have them, then they won't break you. They'll make you.
Michael, Peter Dawson. NBC5. What's your reaction to Terrell Owens' decision to not go again with his insurance?
Well, I was disappointed that we will be cheated as a Hall of Fame team of one of our teammates, that he took that decision. Of course, everybody, well, he got the right to make the decision. Yes, he does. It's just, and we have the right to say we don't like it. It is what it is. And I'm also disappointed because, we fought for T.O. It wasn't like, T.O. had said that it didn't matter. I don't care about being in the Hall. I don't care about that at all. And everybody wouldn't have invested emotions and feelings into it. And we did. And so when we did, and everybody would talk, we talked about it and tried to get him in. We'd talk about it on air because he rightfully belongs in, and then he gets in and he makes that decision. Yeah, I was absolutely disappointed about it.
Last question. Did you have any opinion on the Hall this week coming out and saying that they were not going to kind of mention him anyway on those 2 days?
Well, I think they're doing the right thing there. I mean, we can't spend this moment for all these other guys talking about the guy that is not here. You cannot do that and take that away. And, T.O.'s doing his own thing, wherever he's doing his own thing, and God bless him. But they're going to, when they mention it as a class, they'll mention him. But why should you steal those other guys' moment because of the decision of this one? I think it's the right move. They're not saying he's not going to have a bus in the room. They're not saying he's not getting his jacket. They're saying that we're honoring his wish. He doesn't want to be here with us. We're going to mention him as little as possible. I think it's the right move.